Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hairdryer treatment with me, Casey. Today's preview is going to be for Game Week 21, and I'm in the studio today with a couple of people. Mike is back from the Arsenal episode. If you haven't checked that out, it's one of the most popular videos where Arsenal fans came into the studio to just rant and rave about their club. But they're doing well right now. We'll get into that a bit later. I think Mike has a very interesting fact onto why the video was very popular.
It's the pretty face.
And of course, we have Kishan back in the studio with his shorts, and today he's wearing a cap. But I'll be very interested in your clothing choices. But
Let's move on.
As well, Liverpool Xiao is back after a lengthy hiatus. He's finally back. You know, he's been in depression for quite a while in terms of Liverpool's current form in their last 5 games. We'll get to that when we talk about Liverpool. But before we get into the game week preview, could you just like and subscribe to our channel, to like this video as well and all our other videos. If you enjoy the Premier League content that we constantly put out, we're also looking for different ways we can bring content to you and different type of content as well. If you have any ideas, you can definitely reach out to us at TDHD podcast on Twitter as well as our YouTube comment section. So do leave a comment. We appreciate the support. And another disclaimer, there is a bit of drilling going on around in the studio right now, around the studio. So if you do hear any drilling, bear with us. We're going to get through it. And having said that, we're going to get into the game week preview. First game coming up in game week 21, Everton taking on Newcastle at Goodison Park. I'm going to come to Kishan first. What do you think of the game and how do you think it's going to unfold?
Okay, first and foremost, it's actually take 5. So it's my 5th time talking about Newcastle so Everton again.
I hate Everton.
But let's go. Okay, so Everton, I think they did pick up a 1-1 draw against Leicester City last night.
Yep.
Good point. Not the greatest result. If you want to, if you want to compete for the Champions League spots, it's your closest rival. Because I don't think Leicester's the kind of team that can maintain that form all the way till the end. So if you can get 3 points off them, good. Because you're going to cut the gap and so on and so forth. But they couldn't do that, so they're going to struggle a bit more. And target man Calvert-Lewin is not scoring at the moment. I did mention a month ago, taking him off of your FPL because I can see his form declining. His movement has been a bit off. These are kind of things it's easy to spot when you actually have played in that position before because you can see your movements have been off and all that. So if they don't bring in a striker to replace him, but to spur him on and stuff like that, I don't think they can keep up. Going to Newcastle, one of the worst runs I've seen this season. So if you talk about form-wise, I think these are 2 teams that have been on a decline for a while now. I would say it could be Everton win because based off star quality and all that, but it wouldn't be a very convincing win.
Even Callum Wilson has dropped in form in terms of his goal scoring.
Yeah.
He hasn't really hit the net. I think he has hit the net, but he's not been giving the same impact.
No, the previous game he assisted.
As well. So the goal scoring has dried up a bit for Newcastle. Mike, I'm going to come to you. For Newcastle's perspective, what do they have to do to get a result out of this game?
I mean, it's the January transfer window. I think they have an opportunity to get players on loan, buy players in to improve the squad. I think having a new player in might boost the morale of the squad to perform better. But I still feel like Everton has the star quality to actually scrape through a win. It's going to be a game where they're going to have to both fight it out and we'll get to see who actually has the better run of form and games.
So predictions for you in terms of scoreline, what do you think the outcome's going to be?
Will grind out a 2-0 win.
2-0 win, clean sheet for Everton as well?
Yes.
Kishan, I'm going to come to the
same for me, 2-0.
2-0 as well.
Yeah.
Kumar, any chance for Newcastle to win this or get a point?
Maybe they can get a goal at least, but I think Everton is too much for them. So 3-1 for Everton. And Calvert-Lewin, I think, will score in this game.
Okay, cool, fair enough. I'm going to go with a draw just to throw a bit of a spanner in the works. I think that maybe Newcastle is due for a point somewhere down the line, and this is a crazy season. So, Everton may drop points in this game. Not likely to happen, but like I said, anything can happen. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 result for this game. And moving on quickly to the next one, Crystal Palace taking on Wolves at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace, of course, coming with a defeat in the game week 20. I think they lost to West Ham 3-2. It was a close scoreline against a good West Ham side. Kumar, what do you think about this game? Do you think Crystal Palace can rescue a point or get 3 points? What do you think?
Wolves has not been the same, I think, ever since they lost Jimenez.
Yeah.
So they kind of got in Willian Jose from Real Sociedad.
And they also brought back one of the old strikers. I forgot who it was. They called him back from England.
Cutrone, I think. So bringing these guys back actually clearly shows that there's going to be a change in system. I don't think Jimenez is coming back. Horrific injury, by the way, to his head. And Wolf, I think, probably is going to win this game because too much of quality up front, and I think I saw glimpses of them like trying to
Chelsea?
Yeah, against Chelsea they were quite organised actually. Defensively, Cody was superb behind. Boli was also superb.
I think Neto had a lot of fight in him as well yesterday. A couple of balls that
Wolf
I thought
actually could have won the game.
could have won the game. Neto was in on that one chance
that
where
one
he was
chance.
one-on-one.
The one he
chipped
chipped
the ball
yeah.
over and it hit I think the post at the bar crossbar.
Yeah, correct.
And then he went out. I think I see a lot of fight in Neto, one of the best players at Wolves anyway. So I think Wolves has a real shot in this game. I think that Crystal Palace also one of those teams with a bit of a hot and cold. Like they win, and then they lose. They're not very consistent side in the league this season anyway. I think I'm going to go for the prediction straight off. Crystal Palace against Wolves, I'm going to go for a draw again, and I'm going to go for another 1-1 result. Because I think Wolves, even though, like you said, we saw Spurs yesterday, William Jose, I think, is this William Jose?
William Jose, yeah.
Jose, yes. He came on, he looked like a very strong player. And I think he can really improve their midfield. He dropped really deep yesterday against Chelsea. And I think he can improve that side a lot. So I'm going for a 1-1 result. So 1 point for both Crystal Palace and Wolves. Kishan, how about you?
1-0 Palace.
1-0
Yeah.
Palace victory.
I think it's time for them to get a win.
Okay.
It's been a while since they get 3 points. It's that odd game for them, they'll get a win and stuff. And I see the win coming against Wolves. Yeah.
Mike, do you think any chance for Wolves?
The performance that they had last night against Chelsea, I think they will grind out a 1-1 draw.
Same 1-1 as well. Kumar, did you predict?
I'm actually going for a Wolf win 1-0.
1-0 win for Wolves.
Yeah, they probably will edge it.
It's
Okay.
a very low scoring game.
Pretty standard predictions. Moving on quickly to the next game, Manchester City
Against
taking on
Sheffield.
Sheffield United. And a bit of a soft spot because it's very fresh. Last night, actually, Sheffield United beat the other club in Manchester United, 2-1 at Old Trafford. It was it was a very spirited performance from Sheffield United.
It was a lackluster performance from United.
I'll give it
but
to
we'll
them.
Get to that
But
afterwards.
Manchester United were absolutely poor against Sheffield United, and it has been a pattern at home. Manchester United haven't been good this season, and it just showed again last night. And it was a very morale-sucking defeat for Manchester United. We'll get to Manchester United in the later game, but for Sheffield United taking on Man City in the best informed team at the moment. 5 wins in their last 5,
Yeah.
keeping clean sheets, left,
5
right,
goals
centre.
against West Brom as well.
5 goals against West Brom. Mike, I'm going to come to you. Manchester City, any chance for Sheffield whatsoever? Second win for Sheffield yesterday.
I would hope for another Sheffield win. If they can beat another Manchester club, that would be great.
Yes,
but
yes,
it's
please.
hard to see that. It's hard to see
Fingers crossed, I need it.
that. You can cross your toes even if you want to, but I don't see it happening. I would say a 4-0 win for Man City.
No chance at all for Sheffield.
No chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's at Etihad, you can see a City win coming. It's like,
They have the players. They have,
the players.
Bernardo Silva looks like he's back to his best.
But that's the thing, because City, they don't have De Bruyne at the moment. Aguero's he has COVID, right? So he's not available.
Arguably, they don't even need them at the way things are looking.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, these are the players that can win you games, that are going to contribute to most of your goals and stuff like that. They have players around the squad that can score and all that. But the thing is, if you're going to be like West Brom and they say, I'm going to give up because it's Man City, then obviously, yeah, they're going to do what they do best. But if you can take the game towards them, right, like how West Brom did at the start of the season, that 1-1 draw, and how Leicester did that 5-2 win. Wolves did it the same as last season. They managed to get 2 wins against them as well. Like, you have to take the game towards them. That's when they're like shit. Like, they sit back, they get a bit like confused and stuff like that. Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Because we cannot proceed game plan A. And Pep is only known for one game plan, which is just keep passing, and then you shoot. He doesn't really have anything else except for that.
But it seems to work for them really good because I think this season their defense has improved with the signing of Ruben Diaz. Cancelo has come into the team, became very consistent as well in his performances. So, Kishan, go for your predictions, and then we'll move along the line.
Sheffield 1-0.
Sheffield-
I think like morale-wise,
Dude,
morale-wise,
come on.
yeah, morale-wise, if they get 3 points at Old Trafford, now they're going to go to Etihad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Old
yeah,
Trafford has been shit this season for y'all.
Yeah,
in a way it is.
has.
But the thing
Sorry.
is, this season you have seen like so many freak results.
We have. That's true.
A lot
to be
of freak
honest, we have.
results.
So, you said 1-0
1-0
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
How about you, Mike?
4-0. I mean, De Bruyne may be out, but Gundogan has stepped up. Bernardo Silva's coming back to form. I feel like they will still have too much quality for Sheffield.
4-0 to
4-0.
City. Kumar?
Maybe not 4-0, but I saw how Sheffield actually fought against United to get that result at Old Trafford. I'm actually going for 2-0 City.
2-0
It will be hard for them, but I think City will still come away with a clean sheet and 3 points.
Wait, this game is like 11 o'clock on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Catching it at your place, right?
I don't know. You guys have to say. I'll say y'all confirm with me on Friday, so we'll see.
So you said 2-0 to City?
2-0 to City.
Okay, so for me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 as well to Manchester City. I just don't see Sheffield replicating the results at Old Trafford against a City side that is just on top right now. Quickly moving on to the next game, West Bromwich Albion taking on Fulham. Shit game of the week. So West Brom, of course, that 5-0 defeat against City was on their last game. Fulham getting a draw, 0-0 against Brighton last night. I think they've been on a bit of a run, Fulham, in terms of getting draws, pulling out 1 point, and they've
Performance-wise, they have improved a lot.
Yeah.
Finishing-wise, not so much. I think that's going to cost them. Have they brought in anyone recently?
No,
not that I'm aware of. I don't
yeah.
think they've signed anyone this year.
Then that's on them. If they get relegated, they'll be...
They've actually put a bit of a distance between, like, not really a distance. They have separated themselves from the bottom three with a streak of like draws.
Correct.
So I think Fulham are looking good to stay in the league this season. If they can just get on top of these draws, get maybe 1 or 2 wins on the road or at home, I think Fulham can actually stay in the, because they have players like Robin Loftus-Cheek. They have players like Lookman, who is really delivering for them this season.
Ivan
Cavallero as well, and that guy, the Bobby Diakova-Reid, is it?
Bobby Reid, yeah.
Bobby
the thing
Reid.
is, like, these players are good, they're not great.
They're not great players.
They can't win you games, they can play up to what their
I
quality
mean, they are the best
like,
players.
yeah.
For Fulham, these are their impact players, basically. So I think that Sam Allardyce, I think you had a few choice words for him.
Yeah, he's going to farming, for sure. For sure.
The last time
time
you actually said that he was going to go farming,
They drew with us,
no,
yeah.
he won Wolverhampton
Wolves
Wanderers
3-2.
and come back
yeah,
victory 3-2 on that day. On that day of the recording, they won actually. So is he going to go farming, or is he going to do a magical miracle and keep them?
He's going farming, for sure.
Okay, so West Brom win then. Going straight to predictions then. From Farmer Sam Allardyce, any chance for him? And what's your predictions against Fulham?
They have been quite shit at home, I have to be honest.
I mean, the emphasis he had on the word
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, shit, literally. But their away performances have been good. But since they're playing at home, I see like Fulham has some kind of like spirit with themselves.
Right.
Like they want to get out of the relegation zone. All the games I see, they're not giving it away. So I'm going for probably a Fulham 1-0 win.
Fulham 1-0 win. Okay, Kishan?
I think Fulham 2-0. It's going to be the same scoreline as they had, early on the season. Yeah.
Mike?
I'm going to go for Fulham 1-0.
1-0 victory for Fulham. I'm going for a 0-0 ball draw like they had this game week 20 against Brighton. Moving on quickly to the next game. Actually, it's the biggest game of game week 20. Arsenal taking on Manchester United at the Emirates. Arsenal, of course, coming into this game in some form, in some fantastic form. League-wise,
One of the best
they
form,
did get
Southampton,
ejected from the FA Cup against Southampton. It was Willian played that game, and Ketia played that game.
What can I say?
So you're an Arsenal fan. So tell us what you think about Arsenal's current run of form, and what do you think of this game?
Well, I think it's a good week to be an Arsenal fan. Sheffield beat United. Burnley beat Liverpool. Chelsea just fired their legend and they drew with Wolves. It put a very lackluster performance. So it's a good week to be an Arsenal fan. Odegaard is in. We got our creative outlet there.
Do you think Odegaard is going to play though? Is he going to make he's on a 6-month contract, sort of a stopgap signing. Do you think he will have that impact? Do you think that's enough time for a young player like him to come in and really shake things up?
Well, he has had a couple of loan. We're going to, Sociedad?
Sociedad. He performed well at Sociedad,
He
yeah.
did really well there. I feel like being at Real Madrid, right, like it stopped his career. Like the loans really did help him a lot. So I feel like he's getting a good run of games. I don't know whether he'll start. Maybe he'll come on as a sub, but it's too early to say. We've got to see what we got Paul Trust in Arteta and see how it goes.
And Partey is back as well. He's playing. He had a very start to his career at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Injured after the game at Old Trafford. But he's back. He's going to play against United again, I'm assuming.
Hopefully not injured again.
And is Aubameyang back for this game? He had to leave the squad for personal reasons.
Yes.
So is he back for for this United game? Do you have any?
I'm not too sure. No news report so far, but hopefully, he could pull a surprise and just come back. It's a huge game. If you get a result, it'll be a huge boost for the fans and for the squad and the morale among the team as well. So it'll be nice to see him back. I'm not sure in what capacity. Maybe you put Laka up front. He comes in second half, play on the wing. We'll see how he goes, but it's a big game.
Big game.
Very big game.
From a United perspective, let's quickly get through it.
Okay,
What we saw from yesterday from United was unacceptable.
Lackluster. Okay, you know when the part when Sheffield, they went up, and then you know that part where they kept attacking towards the right hand side, and we just kept passing back to them.
To the right hand side.
I just knew a goal was going to come.
Yeah.
And eventually it came, and it was like we kind of.
It was a rubbish goal. It was Sunday League defending basically.
Yeah,
and we know that United has this in them.
Yeah, you can clear the ball, but you keep passing it back to them. I don't see why. What's the reason? So
lack of confidence. There's a couple of reasons that we could
how
shoot
is
out.
it lack of confidence when you've been one of the best form in the season?
It could be. I mean, yes, we have been in a very good run of fixtures, 13 games or something, unbeaten in the league.
No, I just think it's arrogance.
It could be arrogance, yes, but I feel like there is still nerves in this side. I feel like even though we have had all these comeback victories, there is still that mentality issue in terms of when we step into a game and it doesn't go our way straight away, we sort of sink back.
Yeah, I think there are players there that they shouldn't be playing.
In yesterday's lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I would get called out for this, but I think Matic was one of our worst players yesterday.
He was. He was actually one of our worst players. I would even go out and say that, I mean, this is not news. Martial was terrible.
Martial was terrible, yeah.
Absolutely rubbish
Any ball
yesterday.
that went through his channel,
He did not
get lost, or we just don't create anything at all.
No, he and Rashford, even Rashford was poor. Yesterday, I cannot single out any player that was good. That is how bad the performance was.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire was one of our best players in yesterday's game. So that itself will tell you how well we played. So we'll quickly go into what you think about this game. Do you think United have a chance against in-form Arsenal? Put your bias aside. Think from a neutral perspective.
I don't.
What do you think? What do you think about this game?
He was the one who said Arsenal was going to win 1-0 at Old Trafford, and he got it correct.
And he got it right, yeah. So what do you think is going to come out of this game? One team in good form, both teams in decent form, but very even game.
I mean, first and foremost, I hate United lah. So let's just make that
But
clear.
your jersey, we all know that.
No. There are some people who just be on the neutral side. Sometimes they just focus on their own team. But I clearly hate United. But just because of that, I'm not going to be biased or what. United's away form has been great.
Yeah.
So that's what has been carrying you all through that form. So your home games, I would rather say that the team that you all played against were poor. Simple as that. You all were great. They were poor. They were not
You mean
up.
in the away games or the home games?
Yeah, except for barring the fact that Sheffield United yesterday really wanted this so badly,
Yeah,
which is why I said that they actually gave the fight to you all at home.
correct, yeah.
Okay, so away games, there's just something about United that can just the mentality just change, you all can come back. So against Arsenal at Emirates, I mean Arsenal are in great form, like Mike said. Saka, I enjoy watching him play. He's been great.
Smith-Rowe as well.
Yeah, when Aubameyang just drifted off from form, Saka,
Took over.
Martinelli and Emil Smith-Rowe,
yeah.
all these guys came up. I think it'll be a tight game. So I don't think it will be a United win. So I'm just going for a draw.
A draw game. So what's the prediction?
I'm going for 1-1.
1-1 draw. Mike, what about your predictions for this game? Arsenal versus United.
Honestly, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw as well. I mean, back to the Arsenal episode, like Clarison and Isa both said, it's Arsenal. You just never know.
You just never know which Arsenal's going to turn up.
Yeah, we will never know. And I feel like the loss to Sheffield, right, will just spur United to know, hey, we were shit. We need to buck up. So I think they have more fight against the Arsenal game. So, 1-1.
1-1 as well. How about you, Kishan?
Arsenal has always been a banana sleep team for us.
Yep.
Regardless of form. We can be shit, but then we'll win them. They can be shit, and then suddenly they just win us. Like we saw this season.
Yeah, the 1-0 game.
Bringing back that Rashford debut season, we were super shit. So you won them 3-2. So this is a fixture that brings out surprising results and all that.
Predictions for score-wise?
Comeback United win 2-1.
Comeback United win 2-1. I'm going to go throw a spanner in the works. I'm going to say Arsenal's going to win this 2-1. And it just feels like it's one of those phases in the season where United are going to drop more points. But I don't think it's going to be like panic stations and, Ole out and all that crap.
Also, fuck the referee last night though.
Yeah, the referee was
horrendous
last night. I mean, ever since, I know you will have a problem with what I'm going to say now, but ever since managers like Jurgen Klopp and who was that? Sean Dyche, that Burnley game, have come out and openly said in their pre-match and post-match press conferences that United referees are giving United a lot of favoured chances, a lot of penalties and all that. Yeah. ever since that game, I don't think we've gotten a single call in terms of penalties. I don't think we've gotten a single VAR call from that game.
We get really bad calls. That Maguire goal against Burnley, which is a goal.
Yesterday was a goal as well, right? I mean, we scored a goal, but it was disallowed.
Yesterday, a Martial goal. Yeah, Martial goal was disallowed.
And there's an argument saying that if they gave the goal to Billy Sharp, the goal that they scored,
they should have given it to
they should have given it to Martial, or they should have cancelled out both.
Yeah,
because it was a similar sort of incident there. So
no consistency.
So yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, I predicted a 2-1 result for Arsenal actually, but we'll see. Obviously, I'm a United fan. I hope United win that game. So moving quickly to the next game, Southampton versus Aston Villa at St Mary's. A very interesting game because Aston Villa, ever since they come back, they have put up the performances, but the results have been going against them. Losing to City in that unfortunate goal that was allowed, the offside goal. Yeah. And the Premier League actually came out and mentioned that
it was offside.
It was offside. So they apologized for that, but you know what can an apology do?
What's with City getting offside goals?
Exactly. So, I mean, unfortunate. That's why I'm saying the performances for Aston Villa have been fantastic, but the results have been
they even lost last night as well, 3-2 to Burnley.
Yeah, so they lost 3-2 last night to Burnley as well. A very disappointing defeat. Even Jack Grealish got on the scoreline. I think Ollie Watkins as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this game, Mike? Southampton versus Aston Villa. Any chance for Aston Villa to break that little spell they're going through?
I feel like they've got too much quality. Like you guys mentioned, Ollie Watkins, Jack Grealish, always on form, always performing, doing really, really well. Southampton, they beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. They lost to us in the Premier League, so it's hard to say where they're putting their focus on. Yeah. But I'm thinking like Aston Villa has too much quality. If they can just stick to their good structure, find their foot on, they should be too much quality.
Right. Okay. So score predictions for you, and then we'll go to Kishan, and who do you think you're going to win?
I put a 2-1 to Aston Villa, Jack Grealish on the scoreline.
Nice. FPL-wise.
FPL-wise, yeah.
How about you?
Villa has been great performance-wise. Results-wise, they can't get to the finishing line. I'm not sure why. What's up?
Maybe it's the defense.
Southampton has been the same as well. I mean,
they're in the mold of Leicester, Everton.
Yeah,
they're in that category.
They did well against Arsenal, against the FA Cup, but League, then they just catapulted and stuff like that. So it's a bit tough to call out this one. I would say 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah, 1-1.
Kumar?
Southampton has been great at home, actually, in my opinion, and Ralph Hasenhuttl always delivers a good performance at home, organize his team well. They put up a good fight, but Aston Villa as well, they have quality, like Mike mentioned. I think I see like a high-scoring draw, 2-2.
2-2, Southampton.
Oh yeah, wait, can I actually add on? You see high scoring. At this game, the real fixture was 4-3 to Southampton. Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
It was a very good game, so I think I was
Set piece is going to fly in.
Oh, James Ward-Prowse. Was it that game?
Yeah, that was the game.
Yeah, so for me, I think I'm going to go for a Southampton win, 2-1. I think Aston Villa need to figure it out, but I don't think this is the game that they will figure it out in. I think they will get a goal, but I think Southampton have the consistency in them to get the win at the end of the day. So moving on to the next game, Chelsea versus Burnley. We're going to quickly go through this one. Tuchel, of course, coming in after Frank Lampard has been sacked. A lot of people saying that not enough time was given to Frank Lampard, to bed in all his signings. He's gone, club legend. And now Tuchel, former PSG manager from the French League, is coming in and he's going to try and rescue Chelsea, maybe get them up to a top 4 spot. Kumar, any chance for Chelsea against... Burnley is on form. We must keep that in mind. Chelsea, not so much. So what do you think?
Yeah, so Burnley...
Give us your thoughts and then your prediction. We're going to prediction straight away.
Burnley is just kicking things off after the win at Anfield. So, so probably they're going to give a good fight against Chelsea as well. I mean, what can I say? Tuchel hasn't found his first 11 yet, obviously.
To be fair, it's his first
he just threw in the players that he thinks that were doing well in training. I think Burnley will grind out the result here. I think probably 1-1.
1-1?
Another draw.
Kishan, can Chelsea get their first win under Tuchel?
I mean, they just brought in Tommy Tickles as new manager.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Tommy Tickles. I mean, I did mention it at the start of the season. You sign, 8 players, and you try to throw in 8 players in the starting 11. You are obviously going to, end up like QPR, Fulham, Spurs of old. It's because your team lacks chemistry and all that. No composure, anything. Lampard found it difficult. Yeah, okay, bring on Tuchel. He has been, manager for PSG for 4 years? You think he can do something? I think it's the same problem is going to persist. the team does not have chemistry. No matter who you bring in, it's going to be the same thing.
It needs time.
He needs
to-
time.
to
Definitely,
gel
you
in
need
and
time
bed
to
in.
like your players to understand one another and stuff like that. He's going to struggle as well. Burnley on a good run of form. 2 wins out of 2.
Yeah, I think they beat the previous game as well.
Liverpool and Villa, right?
Yeah, correct.
2
So
wins out of
Liverpool and
2.
Villa, 2 wins out of 2. Scoreline?
Go for the make it 3 out of 3. 2-1 Burnley.
2-1 Burnley. How about you, Mike? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm hoping for a 1-0 Burnley win.
1-0 Burnley win?
New manager he doesn't know his squad, but maybe he can bring something out of Werner and Havertz because he used to be manager of Dortmund.
Werner
right?
didn't even start yesterday, in fact.
Yeah.
Mason Mount, Werner, Abraham.
The
all on
actual
bench.
Mourinho is going to be at the bridge. The ginger Mourinho is
The
going
Ginger
to be at the
Mourinho. Yeah, so scoreline for you, Mike?
I'm hoping for a 1-0 Burnley.
1-0 Burnley. Okay, for me, I'm going for a 1-1 result. I think it's going to be a draw. I think was it a Stamford Bridge?
It's a Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge game, so I think it's going to be a 1-1. I think they'll get their goal, but I think Tuchel needs more time to, figure out his best team, his best players. So moving on to the next game, quickly, Leicester City versus Leeds United. Leeds United, of course, finally winning a game of football with their gung-ho style of football. Of course, 2-1, I believe it was against, we just mentioned it earlier.
Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah.
So I know it's against Newcastle. I know Leeds weren't that fantastic, but at least they got the 3 points on the board. Maybe they can spur them on to get a result. Rafinha getting a couple of assists, I think a goal as well.
A goal and assist, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why Rafinha, when I had him in FPL, he was
Yeah, it's a curse, the FPL curse.
absolutely doing nothing.
Yeah.
He was just he was playing well, but in FPL terms, he wasn't doing anything. And then after, certain people brought them on to the FPL teams,
He started doing well.
they started doing well.
But that aside,
So
okay, wait,
Vignesh, I'm watching you.
agenda aside, going to this game, who did I say? Leicester against who?
Leicester against Leeds.
Leicester against Leeds. So
Yeah.
both are expensive football kind of teams.
Yeah.
Leicester, still trying to get top 4. Leeds, I told you they're going to get signed to a relegation battle. I mean, yeah, they won yesterday 2-1, but that's against Newcastle. They have to start winning games around them. But if you're going to play against the big teams like this, they're going to go gung-ho again. If Leicester turn up for that game, they can, all right, let's exploit their backline when they attack, counter-attacking football, which we have seen against City. They won 5-2. I could see the same thing happening again. It could be like a 5-2 to Leicester.
Is that a prediction?
Yeah, it's my prediction.
5-2 to Leicester.
5-2 Leicester.
Holy shit. Okay. So, Mike, quickly go into this. Do you think Leeds can get anything out of this game, or do you think it's going to be all Leicester?
Is Vardy playing?
No, it's
I
injured.
think Vardy is still injured. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going with a 0-0 draw.
0-0 draw. So your full reliance is on Vardy for the Leicester.
Yes.
Okay, so 0-0 draw for Mike. How about you?
I mean, I did mention previous episodes that Leicester are always playing around how Vardy actually plays. If he plays well, Leicester plays well. But I think that the past few games when I see that without Vardy, actually they have been performing well. They have found some kind of formula where they use Madison, Tielemans and Barnes to make
They played a false nine.
like a shadow run kind of thing. Yeah, something like a false nine. So it's working out for them. So I think they are in a bit of a good run, I will say. And Leeds are exploited very easily at the back.
Definitely.
So I can see Madison pinging balls left, right, centre. So I'm going for a Leicester 3-1 win.
Leicester 3-1?
Yeah.
I'm going for a 2-2 draw. A lot of draws I'm predicting this game week, but 2-2 draw, high scoring draw, 4 goals. And I think that Leeds, if they can continue picking up points, maybe a point against the top dogs and occasionally 3 points, like you said, against the teams around them, I think maybe they will be able to stay in the league this season. I think there are other teams that are worse off than them that they should be able to steer clear of. So moving on to the next game, Liverpool here, I'm going to come to you straight on this one. West Ham taking on Liverpool at the London Stadium. West Ham, of course, coming in a great run of form. David Moyes has them playing really well. And currently, is West Ham above Liverpool?
Yeah, definitely. Top. 5th. Yeah, currently at 5th.
West Ham above Liverpool at the moment. David Moyes.
Oh, okay. So we're coming to that.
No, it's true. I'm just reading on the table.
Yeah,
West
of
Ham
course,
currently on a very good run of form.
Yeah, facts, man.
5th and above Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, no wins in 5, no goals in 5. Do you think this is the game that
No goals
Liverpool...
in 5. No, they got a goal against United, the FA Cup. If you're
I
gonna
mean, in the league.
Oh,
In the league, they haven't scored a goal in 5 games.
You,
Or 4
you're
games,
very
I
happy, right?
No, as in, no, because form-wise, it's going to give you some confidence.
Just trying to rub it in,
I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's United and Liverpool. I mean, the fans are like that.
Okay, so West Ham, do you think they can break the duck? Can Salah, Mane, or whoever's playing on the game, can they finally get that goal and get the 3 points to bring them back into the title challenge?
I won't say Liverpool is out of the title challenge just yet. Because
Definitely not. 100% not. Still very
no,
much
actually, I will say that if United actually won the game last night, I would say Liverpool would have been actually far off from a challenging team actually.
Be 9 points, right?
Yeah. So they will be probably just wanting to get into the top 4. The likes of West Ham, Leicester are in and around Liverpool right now. Spurs, they are all like pushing for that top 4 spot. So I believe that what happens is Klopp has to galvanize the team. Yeah. He has to get the front 3 scoring. I don't know how they are going to do it, but they have to do it. I mean, it's frustrating. Let me just simply put it. We didn't win the title just by misfiring front 3. It's our defense. Our attack starts from Van Dijk and Gomez. Right. Van Dijk springing balls from the back, Gomez breaking the line into midfield. You're playing Thiago in defensive mid. I mean, I know you guys got things of saying about Thiago, about the booking and all. That is apart from his performance.
Besides from the picture,
yeah. So that's not his position. That's not where he plays. But he can drop into that position. But that's not where he plays. Fabinho has to go back into midfield. A lot of shit is happening at Liverpool right now. And
a lot of talk about FSG not backing Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp also publicly saying that he wants a centre back, but because of certain...
No, definitely he knows he needs a centre back. You can't be going the whole season thinking that you're going to win the Premier League just by having a Henderson and Fabinho playing centre back and bringing in youngsters. I'm watching. I thought that I had hope seeing these guys actually putting in a shift, but you can't blame Reece Williams to do a defensive job against an excellent United side or like a decent Arsenal side. You cannot. It's just frustrating to watch them, and I mean, I really miss our centre backs. And Klopp knows he has to get a centre back, a starter, a starting kind of centre back, but he can't get it because of FSG not providing support. I understand COVID. Financial wise, they are having problems. They are US based owners, so they are having their problems in their country. I understand, but I mean, this is passion you're talking about, so you have to do something. So this game, I think we play Spurs first.
Spurs later on.
Yeah. So I don't know what is going to happen. It's going to be a very open game because Spurs need the win also. I don't think
away games in a row as well.
For the first time, I don't think Mourinho is going to sit back because he knows that.
Smells blood.
Yeah. He knows Van Dijk is out. He knows Gomez is out. So he's going to go for it. But when coming back to the West Ham game, depending on what happens in the Spurs game, I think whatever happens, Liverpool has to just go for the win. Yeah, we can't drop any more points. I mean, it's embarrassing. We are the champions. If we continue playing like that, then I mean, I hate the fact that we lost to United and got knocked out of FA Cup. But I did see some positive signs. We scored
2 goals.
Yeah, Salah scored. So found his goal scoring touch, I believe, because he really before the game, in his interview, he said that we can't keep going on like this, and he performed. Everyone has to put in a shift, and the centre back situation, if it's not going to improve, top 4 is going to look very, very unlikely also. So something, at least Gomez or someone has to come back. We have to show up the defense. If not, it's not the season that I want to remember.
Going off that, can you quickly go into your score predictions against a West Ham team? It's in form, but what do you think? Do you think, I know we haven't got the Spurs game result yet, but based on whatever's going on right now and the situation with Liverpool, what do you think is going to be the scoreline?
Yeah, West Ham, give credits to them. They are decent. After Antonio come back, they are even better right now.
Yeah.
But I think we have been playing well in their home ground recently. Our results have been positive, so I think I'm going for a 2-0 Liverpool win.
2-0 Liverpool win. Okay. We're quickly going to predictions as well. Mike, West Ham, do they have a chance at going against this slightly weakened Liverpool side? And what's the score prediction?
2-1 to Liverpool. I think West Ham will give them fight, but Liverpool may have too much quality. They might push themselves. Their forwards will do something. I think Salah will be there.
Definitely, if they get a win against Spurs as well later on, that will bolster them against that West Ham side.
That's an if. But if Spurs were to get a win against Liverpool, I think that would damage Liverpool's morale even much more. Like, there'll be 4 games without a win in the league itself, or 5? 5. So if, let's say, Spurs were to sneak a win against Liverpool, I think their morale will be hit so much, and I think West Ham can be like, you know what, let's go for blood instead. And West Ham has been excellent this season. Real fixture, I know Liverpool won 2-1. The Jota last minute goal, right?
Yeah,
that's the one. Even when Liverpool was in form, West Ham managed to bring the game to them as well. So
what's your prediction going to be for this game?
West Ham 2-1.
West Ham 2-1. I'm going to go for a Liverpool 2-1 result. I think that Liverpool finally will get a win. I'm not sure it's going to come against Spurs. I'm predicting, I don't know what I predicted in the video itself.
Predicted
but
Liverpool 2-1.
Predicted Liverpool 2-1 as well. So I think maybe this might be the start where Liverpool come back to the top to try to challenge Man City and United for the title. So moving on finally to the last game, we're going to quickly go through this. It's the final game of game week 21. Spurs taking on Brighton. Of course, we mentioned Spurs taking on Liverpool later tonight, so we don't know that result yet coming to this preview. But Brighton, I think they've scrounged a couple of draws together against the teams around them. But this Spurs side, they have been very good against... I wouldn't say that. They have been good against most teams, but even against like the mid-table to the low-range table, they used to have this phase where they scored first and then they sat back and then they allowed the equalizer and then they had all these 1-1 results. So basically, so I think that basically Spurs, it depends which Spurs turns up. If Spurs manage to get a win against Liverpool, I think that they can go on and steamroll teams like Brighton with no problem. I think they have a very talented side. And Ndombele picking up form. They have Harry Kane and Son partnership, of course. And if they can keep it solid enough, Jose Mourinho sides are usually quite solid. I think that they will get a result against Brighton. And I think I'm going to go with my predictions first and then I'm going to come to you guys. I'm going to go for a Spurs 2-0 victory in this game against Brighton. Kishan, thoughts on the game? Who do you think will win? And your predictions?
Okay, Spurs, they don't really have a form when it goes to games. They either win, lose, or draw. It's very irregular. So let's say if they lose against Liverpool, right?
I mean, those are the three options.
But the thing is, they don't have like a pattern, like 3 wins in a row, or like a few losses in a row, that kind of thing. So let's say if they were to lose to Liverpool, they will come out and trash Brighton. Then next game they will just draw.
They'll try it again.
Yeah. If let's say they win Liverpool, they actually might go and draw to Brighton also. They'll see score first, then concede one at the back.
Yeah.
Brighton, you're not sure which side is going to turn up. You've got Harry Potter's stepbrother, Graham Potter, managing that side. Lacking magic, stuff like that. I think against Burnley, they played Fulham last night, right? They drew 0-0. They had that last minute clearance.
Lewis Dunk
cleared off the ball. I think Maupay missed a few chances at the start as well. As a first team striker, you should be taking your chances. If you're not, then fuck off.
I think you only can perform against Arsenal. Maupay.
Maupay, you're a cheater.
Player, Maupay, you're a cheat. Oh, Brighton, renegade.
Okay, but yeah.
Shout out if you know that reference.
Yeah.
Predictions for this game.
This is the kind of game that you will see Spurs dropping points. I'll say a 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, predictions for the game?
Well, Spurs, fuck Spurs, so I'm just going to go with a 1-1 Brighton, Maupay, please. If you can do it against Arsenal, do it against Spurs.
So, 1-1?
Yes.
Did you say 1-1? Okay. Did you predict already? Haven't, right?
Yeah,
so, Spurs and Brighton, what's your prediction? Do you think Brighton have a chance in this game?
Yeah, by the way, Brighton is playing at home, I think.
Oh, wait.
No, it's a the logos were missed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a Brighton home game. I checked the FPL. So, so at home, I think Brighton probably will have a bit more organisation. They would want to not get sucked into the relegation battle. They want to get away from it as soon as possible. So Graham Potter probably will have a masterclass here. I think Brighton 1-0.
So he's going to bring the magic from Hogwarts?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
All right, so I'm going to go for a Spurs 3-1 victory. I think Brighton will get a scoreline, but I think Spurs will have one of those performances where we see goal, Kane, assist, Son. Goal, Son, assist, Kane. And then an odd end Ndombele goal. So I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to predict a 3-1. And that is our final game for Game Week 20. We hope you enjoyed our analysis and our little opinions on the game itself. Do let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree. We've slated a lot of teams in our time as the Hairdryer treatment. So if you have a problem, the comment section is always open.
We want the smoke.
We want the smoke, as he says. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, like, subscribe, and share this video, and share the channel as well to all your Premier League loving friends and family. And we appreciate the support that's been coming for the channel, and we appreciate all your views and all your comments. So keep it locked in with us. We're coming up with brand new content every other week. We're trying to think of new ways we can bring you content in terms of the Premier League. And if you're interested in coming on the show as well, do drop us a DM on TDHT Podcast on Twitter or in the comment section as well, where we can reach out to you and maybe get you on the show, get your opinion, and make a day of it. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the upcoming episodes. Enjoy the upcoming games. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.